everybody. Welcome back to Terps Esports. Live from College Park, my name is Lily.
And I'm Tomas. We are super excited to have you guys back tonight for a special match, a little different from our standard programming.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This stream will be in collaboration with the UMD Athletics Department. We'll welcome two very special guests to the studio as they compete head-to-head in College Football 26.
And to put some names to the hype, for one, we have UMD's Director of Licensing and Trademark and very instrumental to today's collaboration, Greg Berkowitz.
And our second very special guest is Julie Johnson. Julie serves as the Assistant Director of Intramural Sports here at UMD, and she is very knowledgeable about the beautiful game of football. Along with her role within Recwell, Julie also serves as an experienced member of officiating crews for football matches, and don't worry, we will hear more about that soon.
Before we get to them here, I want to talk a little bit about why. So within Terps Esports, we aim to unite our students as well as the broader school community through one of the world's most popular recreational hobbies, video games. Tonight, we have an opportunity to strengthen our community bonds by collaborating with one of the most influential and impactful university organizations, the Athletics Department.
And here on the Terps Esports Twitch and YouTube channel, we bring you live matches throughout the week. We kick off the week with League of Legends on Monday, then we move to Rocket League on Tuesdays, followed by Overwatch on Wednesdays, and last but not least, we close out with Valorant on Thursdays.
Now to our guests. First, let's get Greg out here. How are you doing, Greg? Are you enjoying your Friday so far?
I'm doing well, Tomas. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So talk to me a little bit through your background, with your history of sports, video games, and marketing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the Director of Trade Markets and Licensing for the University of Maryland. So my job is approving logos and trademarks with external companies. So in case of tonight, we gave EA Sports permission to use our logos, our music, images of our stadium for the game. And so part of my role is approving the contract and usage of those marks. Personally, I've been a big fan of video gaming since I was a child. I'm a big, huge fan of the EA Sports football game. Went on a hiatus a little bit during the 2000s, but we brought it back last year, incorporating more NIL, incorporating more live kind of experience to it. Right back in 2000, you couldn't do those weekly updates that you can do now with the online digital downloads. So it's just been awesome so far. But I have an avid lover of the game, and just it's really cool for me personally to be able to interact with it on this level in my professional career.
Yeah, absolutely. So as head of central marketing at Maryland, I assume you work a lot with the athletics here, but that's not all you do. So what's your intersection with the athletics department?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not in the athletics department, but I work a lot with particularly when it comes to selling licensed merchandise. The athletics and going to games and folks buying the merchandise at the game is a huge part of my job. Also working with the bookstore and retailers to get them ready for game day, right? When the team does well, the merchandise sales do well. So it's been just a great experience working with the athletics department, but they're an essential part of what I do.
Do you focus on any sports in particular here? Is it just whatever sports in season, or are you always keeping an eye on everything?
Absolutely. We're always keeping an eye on everything, particularly any sports in season, but also when there's any postseason runs, right? So last year, the March Madness run with our men's basketball and women's basketball teams were really important from our merchandise sales, improving, the Final Four logos and that usage. So, yeah, absolutely. But we're always keeping eyes on everything, particularly if teams are winning.
Do you find that there are any sports here that are more photogenic than the others, that photos always just come out nice?
I'll be honest. So I'm personally biased. I'm a huge football fan. It's just hard to beat a crazy catch in the end zone for a touchdown, or a crazy lateral play, a kickoff return, or even just like the overall kind of overhead stadium images. It's hard to beat that. But I'm sure every sport's got their kind of magic moments they're very photogenic.
Yeah. And kind of by extension, can you pin down one moment from recent seasons that stood out to you? You just knew immediately would be like a story or the moneymaker, even like etched itself in Maryland history.
Yeah, absolutely. I think obviously the March Madness run for men's basketball and Dairy Queen in that shot against Colorado State in the Sweet 16 round is what comes to mind. We were able to capitalize from a merchandise standpoint the next day. For football this year, the team going to Wisconsin and just beating up on Wisconsin. I've been a football fan for many years. Wisconsin is not an easy place to go play, and to go in with a true freshman cornerback and do what they did and just have a complete game from special teams, defense, and offense, it's a lot of credit. So I'm really excited for this football season. We have a big game tomorrow against Washington. Athletics has already announced the tickets sold out for the game. So if you're going, go. If you haven't bought tickets yet, maybe you can scalp some or something or buy some from a friend.
That's great to hear. So, uh, I'm excited to see the football team out tomorrow. Do we have any other games in the future, or is that what you're looking towards?
Yeah, obviously football tomorrow. Next week we have Nebraska. Then we have
Yeah.
a couple of weeks away. Then obviously homecoming game on 11/1 is a big one. That in the week kind of going into that. And obviously when we have basketball tipping off in early November. So a lot of sports to go around. Men's soccer is also doing really, really well right now. So if you haven't checked them out, please do. But yeah, that's the best thing about collegiate sports versus professional. We always have something going on. If you're not even a sports fan, right? Like I play games, I also love sports. You can find at university, you can find pride in things that you might not necessarily have a direct interest in. But go to a game, get some school spirit, and get engaged.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for talking to us. But we're gonna jump to a quick ad break now, and we'll talk to Julie on the other side. So we'll see you guys then.
And I think by the end of the season, like now, we play together. Everyone kind of jokes around a little bit more and kind of shines their natural ray. We're excited just to see them play better as well.
With the middle school program, the best part has been seeing the moments of teamwork where the middle schoolers really seem to get the game. And so that's when you can see they're starting to get a little bit hooked on how esports can be so fun.
Game, or will red turn things around?
Terp Adventures. Take flight at STAM. Host to countless Maryland events, programs, performances, and more. Feed your body, feed your mind, feed your soul. Let your talents soar. Dance, sing, perform, find your thing. Join more than 800 student organizations and clubs. Find community here. Leadership lives here. Art thrives here. With space to grow. We're all just kids at heart. Let your imagination fly. Compete. Play. With wings on our feet. Here your spirit can fly. Here your soul lifts up. Here you remember those who came before. This is STAM. This is the Center for Campus Life, where Terp adventures take flight. You belong here. Come fly with us.
And hi, Julie. Welcome to the studio. How are you
Hi.
doing today?
Hey, Lily, thanks for having me. I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you in here for this very special Friday night before our home game. But I actually want to talk about you a little bit before we hop into the gameplay of tonight. So can you just give us a little bit of background about your role as a member of the Recwell staff, and how long have you been a part of this program?
Yeah, so I am currently the assistant director for intramural sports and the Record Armory. So I oversee the Armory facility where a lot of our intramurals take place, and I oversee all the scheduling aspects, the student employees with intramural sports. I interact with our participants on a daily basis. So it's a lot of fun. I get to be around sports all day long, the good, bad, and the ugly of sports, right?
Yeah.
So I have been the assistant director. This is my second year as the assistant director. I was the coordinator for intramural sports for a year before that. But way back in the day, I was actually a student in the intramural sports program before my career in collegiate recreation took off. I was an undergraduate student official in this program. I worked flag football, basketball, everything except soccer. I officiated as a student, and then I became a supervisor. So this intramural sports program is near and dear to my heart, and I'm really happy to be part of it as a professional now.
Yeah, and you've got to see it from both sides now, both as a student and as a professional in your career. That is a super interesting and unique perspective to have. But next, I want to ask you a little bit about what made you pursue this career in collegiate recreation. And has sports generally always been something that you've been passionate about?
Yeah, so I grew up around sports. I always enjoyed watching baseball, football, primarily with my dad and my cousins and uncles and all that. But I always wanted to be a referee, which is a weird thing for someone to say, but that was me. So when I got to college, I got the opportunity to be a referee for intramurals, and I absolutely loved it. So I pursued that. I actually came into school wanting to be a teacher. So when I got into intramural sports, I loved what I was doing. I loved officiating. I became a supervisor in intramural sports, and part of that job is teaching the new folks how to be referees. So I got to kind of combine my love of sports with the teaching passion that I had. And collegiate recreation, who knew that was a path that anybody could work in full time? So I took that and I ran with it. I got an opportunity to go into the field. I got my grad school paid for as a graduate assistant doing this. And now full time I work in collegiate rec and I teach college students how to be referees. So it's a blast. Every day I get to live out the passion for sports that I grew up with and that continues in my day-to-day life.
And that's just one of the beautiful things about UMD. There's so many niche areas like that for students to get involved in, and those are areas where their career can really start to take off. So that's very inspiring to hear as a student myself. And next, I want to ask you a little bit about your officiating experience. Can you tell me just how you began officiating football, and what are your favorite moments from the official standpoint?
Yeah, so I started as a flag football official here on campus, but before that, my first ever job, I was actually a softball umpire for Park and Recreation in my hometown. So I got a taste of officiating early on through that. As a college student, I started in intramural flag football. I loved it. I also worked a lot of basketball, so I officiate football and basketball, and I pursued football primarily because I just liked it a lot, and quite frankly, I thought I was pretty good at it. So I worked my way up, tried high school football as an official. Never played the sport ever. Flag football on campus was the most experience I had as a player, and just kept working hard and went to camps and clinics to try and get better, and got hired into the college football world, and my career kept going, and I got to climb the ladder pretty quickly.
Yeah, and what a cool perspective to have, to hear about your experience as a football official. You really see things from another side, being a player versus officiating the game.
Yeah, a lot of players don't realize how hard we work to actually get the calls right. And usually we're better than the players think. We're not perfect by any stretch.
Yeah, they got to trust you more. They got to trust the officials more in general. So next I want to ask, since this is a collab with the Terps Esports program, what's your experience in gaming, and do you play video games often? And if so, which ones?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked, because this game that we're about to play, I've literally never played. So this is going to be interesting. I do have an Xbox at home. I play that a lot, but I have only played College Football 25. I haven't played the 26 version yet, so we'll see how this goes. I'm not that good at it, but primarily I actually play Nintendo. Big Super Mario fan. Super Mario Galaxy was my favorite game for a long time growing up. Though nothing will ever top Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So very excited for that remake on the Nintendo Switch too.
Well, hey, there's a first time for everything, and who knows, maybe tonight you'll find your new calling in college in esports 2026. Now, I want to shift to a more personal note. So, I want to ask, how has your experience been as a woman working in a male dominated field? And what advice would you give to other women who are in the same position as you and who are thinking of pursuing a career in historically male dominated spaces?
Yeah. I've been really fortunate. I've worked with a lot of great people, both men and women, in my work in collegiate recreation and in officiating. So I've had really great experiences, but I know that's not the case 100% of the time for everybody. For me, the best line I heard from a fellow official was that even though I was the only woman on the crew, I had the 8 other people on the crew were my 8 older brothers that I had only met a few weeks before. And you know what? I had a blast that season. We had a great time. I consider all of those guys friends to this day, even though we don't all work together anymore. And that's the privilege of a lifetime. And that's why officiating means so much to so many people, because of the relationships that we build through that fraternity, essentially. In terms of advice for other women pursuing careers in male-dominated spaces, there are a few things I'll say. Number one, we want everybody to see us as equals, right? We need to understand that that's not always the case, and we need to have a thick skin while understanding that we can push back at times. I'm not saying by any stretch take it, but understand that things are going to happen, and life isn't perfect. The second thing I'll say is persevere. Everybody in the world wants to be the best at what they're doing. I don't care what your gender is, what your racial background is. Everybody wants to be the best version of themselves, right? So the best way to do that, particularly in a male-dominated field as a woman, is to persevere and to continue to pursue excellence and build the relationships that help you get there.
For sure. That's very, very profound advice, and I appreciate a lot. I appreciate you letting us lean into that more personal side of your career. And I do want to end on asking you a little bit about what's ahead. What do you see for yourself in terms of the directions where your career could possibly go from here? What are some of your goals moving forward?
It's a great question. It's something I'm trying to figure out myself. My goal for a long time was to become an assistant director of intramural sports. And now I'm here. I'm trying to figure out what's next for me. So that's a great question that I'll be asking myself in the next few years.
Yeah. I think we all are in that position.
I think so.
Well, thank you so much for joining me for a little pre-show interview, and we are going to hop right into the action after a brief commercial break. Stay tuned.
I think by the end of the season, like now, we play together, everyone kind of jokes around a little bit more and kind of shines their natural ray. We're excited just to see them play better as well.
With the middle school program, the best part has been seeing the moments of teamwork where the middle schoolers really seem to get the game, and so that's when you can see they're starting to get a little bit hooked on how esports can be so fun.
Off game, or will Red turn things around?
Terp Adventures take flight at STAM. Host to countless Maryland events, programs, performances, and more. Feed your body, feed your mind, feed your soul. Let your talents soar. Dance, sing, perform. Find your thing. Join more than 800 student organizations and clubs. Find community here. Leadership lives here. Art thrives here. With space to grow. We're all just kids at heart. Let your imagination fly. Compete. play. With wings on our feet. Here your spirit can fly. Here your soul lifts up. Here you remember those who came before. This is STAM. This is the Center for Campus Life, where Terp adventures take flight. You belong here. Come fly with us.
And welcome back, everybody. We're going to be hopping into the game in just a second, but before we get into that, I just want to talk about a little the format that we have today. So it's going to be a best 2 out of 3 game between them, and we're just going to be talking with them while they're playing through the game. So we're going to start with Greg, getting him into the call, and then after game 1, we'll get Julie on the call and go from there.
Yeah, so we'll get kind of a unique opportunity here to actually hear from our players. If you're here for our typical Terps Esports, or even Valorant, but all the other titles match, we don't get to hear what the players are thinking for the sake of integrity while we're playing, you know. But here, there's nothing to lose. This is all for fun, and this is all so we can really just showcase the connections that Terps Esports and the UMD Athletics Department are forming here. So really cool opportunity we have tonight. Like Tomas mentioned, we are going to hear from Greg's side first, and then we will transition to hearing from Julie in game number 2, and then we'll see if we end up in a best of 3 scenario.
Yeah, I think we're going to be playing with 3-minute quarters, so 15-minute games, something like that. And I wonder who's taking Maryland, or if they're both going to play Maryland. Maybe they'll do a little bit of role playing for our game tomorrow, but hopefully whoever's playing Terps is going to take the victory today.
See, I heard Greg saying he wanted to take Maryland for sure. So we'll see if Julie follows suit or not. But like you said, it's only appropriate. It's only appropriate if maybe we foreshadow tomorrow's game. And so actually, everyone get excited because Greg is going to be joining us. You'll be able to hear him while we watch his gameplay. So hopefully, we'll be hearing from him soon and get a little bit insight about if he's excited for today's match. Hey, Greg, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
How are we feeling? Any pregame jitters?
A little bit, just because I've never played in a stream before, and so it's funny. It's been a while since I've been in college. If this was ever a thing when I was in college, I'd definitely be doing this all the time. So this is just kind of a fun experience for me personally. So hopefully I do a good job and do Maryland proud here as I've picked to play them today.
Yeah, man, look at these graphics. This gets me so excited as a Maryland fan to see us enshrined here in pixels on the video game. Very exciting. Definitely captures the essence of our pregame. And yes, we are going up against Washington, so you guys intentionally planned that out to foreshadow tomorrow, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything's with intention here, for sure.
Okay, so I guess you're playing Maryland, right, Greg?
Yes, that's
okay.
correct.
You're gonna have to take this game then. But we're getting right into the game now.
Yeah,
and
kickoff.
Yeah.
Kickoff starting. What are we thinking for kickoff?
I'm thinking down the middle for sure. Because when I tend to go left or right, I tend to mess up and kick it out of bounds. Plus, this is the first time playing the 26 version, so I want to get kind of comfortable with it, used to it.
Yeah, just play it nice and easy. Going down the middle, you're gonna get taken down.
That was a pretty good return, though. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah, decent return coming up. You're gonna have to put up a solid defense here.
Yes. And so I tend to play a lot of zone because man-to-man in EA is just really, really tough for the guys to keep hold. Like, guys will just run free. So zone, hopefully to cover some defense and not having two receivers.
Faking the pass, and it's going to go wide.
Oh, nearly intercepted. It looked like, actually. You almost got away with one there.
Yeah.
Good defense out of Maryland, though. So we're going to be going back 2nd and 10 and seeing what kind of play Julie's going to take out on this next down.
I got to say, I love the stadium pulse to my advantage as the home team. So you'll see the screen shake, and it's really hard for Julie to call plays as the noise gets louder. So I love it.
Yeah, and I'm noticing they even have our commentary announcement sounds right. They have the bell going for third downs and all the whole nine going on here.
Yeah. EA does a lot of research their games, and what's really nice is if they, occasionally there are mistakes, they can easily fix that in the next download, next update. Which is different from 2008, where it's whatever the game was, that's what the game was. You're out of luck if there was a mistake. So this is it's just really cool what they can do today.
Yeah, we gotta watch out, you and I, because I think these our commentator position might be under threat, but we're gonna get a punt, and Maryland's gonna take it. Looks like we're starting at the 60-yard.
Yeah, and so I'm a big run the guy, particularly from the shotgun, because from the shotgun you can't really tell if it's a run or a throw, and so I can hide what I'm going to do a little bit better.
Yeah, and it will be the right hash mark. QB hands it off for a short gain there, but you know, yards is yards. That's all that matters here.
Looks like Julia's ready for that kind of play though. So, are you gonna go for the same thing, or are you gonna
I'm going to
mix
do
it
the
up?
same thing. Actually, I am going to check the roster because I'm not seeing our guy Malik Washington quarterback here, so I'm going to see if I can make that change in the next break. But I'm going to go.
Goes to the pass. Good. Oh, it's
that was good
incomplete. I
defense.
thought he had it.
That was good defense.
Wow.
So I'm going to go and see if I can switch the depth chart here and see if.
Yeah, we gotta get Malik
we
Washington
gotta
back
get Malik
there.
in. There you go.
Yeah, it's only fair.
So hopefully by the time next they do the next update with the sports or with the with the game that the change will be made.
Yeah. Are these games constantly being updated on EA's side to keep up?
It is. So right now, what's really cool about the new NIL piece, you'll see like their roster names. No, we're just sorry. We're just pausing. What's really now with the NIL updates, you'll see the names, and like throughout the year, they're actually update their stats. And so I would probably say it's about every 2 weeks they do an update, and that's when they'll fix the things like like Malik being the starter.
Yeah. 7-9. Gonna go for a far pass, and it's incomplete again.
The defense.
4th and 9. Are you gonna take it, or are you gonna?
Oh, I gotta find. Yeah, 4th and 9. I'm gonna find. Yeah.
Man, Julie put up a good defense and really good coverage and good contact after the almost catch was made to force a fumble.
Yeah, both of these players are really putting up a defensive wall. Ball's gonna go far into the end zone.
All right, another chance up on defense here. Still at a 0-0 scoreline. It's been a competitive game so far.
Yeah. We'll see if Julie is going to finally be able to make the breakthrough.
I'm wondering if I'm maybe being hustled here a little bit.
Ooh, ball goes just a little bit far and going to be incomplete, and we're going to go on to 2nd and 10. How's it feeling trying to defend her? Is she getting in your head a little bit?
She's getting in my head a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not doing the Terps proud because their defense is better than this. Oh, good throw.
Ooh, good pass. A little bit of a fight, and Julie's going to go down, but that's another first down. You can see Julie's pretty locked in. She is not playing this game for fun. She's going to win.
That was a decent throw. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that was a great throw from Julie's part, able to pick up the first and has another 10 in front of her. We'll see how she's able to handle this one. It's going to be another deep shot, and it's connected there.
4 players finally going to be able to get the tackle, but we're already past the 40. She's going down the field pretty quick, Greg.
I got to change up the play. I'm going to start calling maybe a little more blitzes here.
Put some pressure up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, she has had a lot of time to sit with that quarterback with the ball, find the perfect opening, and it's just going to be a handoff. Not going to go very far, and maybe that was what you needed. Get some momentum back.
So. Maybe get some pressure back.
Oh man, come on, the stadium, we need you.
I know. Fans get disengaged quickly when you perform like I am. Oh, that's a pick.
Oh, not quite.
Nearly a pick. Nearly. Okay, you're putting up a good stop so far. 3rd and 10. This is where the big stop could happen. Hopefully, they're out of field goal range as it stands now. I think just about. So,
it's gonna be
important
close.
Stop.
Good pass, gonna go out, and it's good yardage, but 4th down. I guess we're gonna see now.
Attempt a field goal.
Going for the field goal.
All right, the kick is up,
and it's going to the side.
I will say field goal kicking is a lot more tough than what it used to be. All right.
Julie is maybe a little bit. I think she was expecting that kick to be a little bit easier than it ended up being.
Yeah. Right,
and they have our song going. You
yeah.
hear that?
Yeah. So they get all proof of the music and everything. Like it's really cool.
Is that through you as well, the music?
Correct. Well, athletics helps a lot with it, but yeah. So everything we send it all to UEA.
And look at that, first down picked up like a piece of cake. Okay, maybe you're going to start to gain some yards here, head towards an end zone, see our first touchdown of this match.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Like Butter sliding through the defense. Let's see what you're going to come up with this time.
Let's get the pass game
Gets the
going.
snap.
Let's get Malik going a little bit here.
Good pass. You know, it's yardage for sure. 2nd and 5. You know, more like that. Just keep it consistent. You know, Julie's maybe in a little bit of trouble.
Right, all the way up to midfield, essentially. And what are you thinking? A deep shot or just run it?
I'm going to run it a little bit, get a little bit close to the first down, and maybe juke him right
That's the
there.
opening.
And then here we go.
Slater 12 going to get passed out, and that's going to be a touchdown, finally putting some points on the board.
And what a play call there. You ran it all the way. You juked him out just like you said. You called it in real time for us, and you made your way down to the end zone there to put Maryland on the board. Hopefully indicative of what we see tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see if it really is a running play. I mean,
I will say I think the team's better in real life than I am in this game. Yeah, like I almost missed that extra point there. So, yeah, no, I think we're really excited for tomorrow. I'll say this, Washington coming from the West Coast to the East Coast, that's a very tough thing for a team to do now with the Big Ten changes and the realignment. And so I feel good about what we can do tomorrow for sure, and especially if we have a sellout crowd.
For sure, and with the Big Ten expanding so much, especially in recent years, it's such a different looking league than it has in years past, and a little bit more unpredictable.
Absolutely, a lot more competitive. Right now, really picking football, you know, Oregon and USC entering the picture. Has pushed Ohio State and Michigan, who've owned this conference for many years with football. So I'm excited that we're making a push ourselves. But we're also going to get to see a lot of matchups we don't get to see all the time. You know, that we're going to get to play teams like USC, Washington, and Oregon more often than we were before. So it's just all great. And like, yeah, the traveling is unfortunate, but overall it's a good move. Oh,
it's a good fake out me for the pass. Just gonna be incomplete. That's so unfortunate. I really thought Julie got you there.
I thought she did too. I thought she did too. That's the time zone change. They're still tired.
Right.
Yeah, if we were on the West Coast, that would have been a good pass. But going all the way wide, we're gonna get the interception. Not quite, but it's not gonna be.
I'm gonna say interception
either.
Interceptions are tough in this game. I'm having challenges getting.
Yeah, you've been close a couple times.
Yeah.
So the mechanics of it look kind of difficult in this game. And look at this stadium noise here, really coming into clutch. Julie's holding on
sack,
to it.
And it's going to be wide. Is she going to be able to convert this going into a little bit of a scuffle? And it's going to be down at the 45. If you just got that sack, that would have been, like 40 yards?
That would have been, that was a bad move on my part. That was me. That wasn't even the computer. That was completely me missing the sack.
Hey, there's still a chance to stop a touchdown here. As it's incomplete. So, you know, we're going to put him to 2nd down. You know, you got to stop Julie a couple more times, and you're good to go. Hopefully just hold her to a field goal.
You can definitely see that pressure ramping up. Julie does not have as much time to get these passes off as she did in the beginning. And wide open, but it's going to be a good pass. Is she going to be able to get the juke to the down? It's very close, but
no, it's
3rd
short.
and 3.
Yep,
like I said, that was a great play call because I was expecting deep for sure. And
Yeah, she got you. Let's see what Julie's going to go for here.
Are you thinking zone or man coverage here?
Zone, but I should have
right down the middle.
I should have gone
She's 2nd and 10. You gonna switch something up, or you gonna keep to your
I think the
guns?
blitzing was working before, so I think I might start doing that again.
Yeah.
Just gotta get more pressure on the quarterback.
What are you expecting out of Julie here?
I think she's gonna run it.
Yeah, let's see if you're right.
Oh no.
Going for a pass. Ooh.
Good catch.
Contested catch, but Julie's gonna be able to get that. Yeah.
Boston, who just caught that, he's a great receiver for them, so it's not surprising that he's catching in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I'd be stoked to be a player and see myself in a video game. This must be so cool for them.
It's probably the coolest thing ever, especially they grew up playing the game, right?
Yeah, getting to be able to cement yourself as well. Like, you know, this game is always gonna be around, so you always be able to relive your glory days as well.
Absolutely.
It's just so cool.
All right, Julie's getting close to the end zone here.
Yeah, just make me nervous. Not gonna lie.
See if she's gonna be able to get the down.
Oh, nice sack.
Good sack.
They call the blitz at the right time.
Yeah, the blitz finally, where we see it came into fruition almost a couple times, and then this time you're able to finally get that sack.
Yeah, we can see Tetsuda's happy about that one for sure.
No, Chris, she might go for it here because I'm wondering because the field goal was a challenge last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
is.
is.
I'm gonna call a timeout because I was not in the right defensive formation for that.
call. Good call. Yeah, you don't want to risk it here. Don't want to give her the opportunities when you're this close to getting your lead.
Correct. Especially I get ball second half, so it's so I want to.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of that, we have minute 13 left in this half, already in the second quarter. This game is faster than I thought it would be, but let's see now if she's going to be able to get. This is probably her last opportunity in this half. Good pass wide. She's just going to go down.
The receiver just fell down too early.
Yeah.
Now let's see if I can put up some points.
You think if the receiver doesn't go down there that she had the
I think he had a chance. I think they had a chance to make it.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Because I think he could probably break on a tackle.
Yeah, she had a pretty open lane, but yeah, unfortunately, just going to go down, and it's going to be your opportunity to see if you're able to increase your lead.
Oh, what a throw there for an easy first down and more, too, making your way almost down to midfield there. And that is the beauty of Malik Washington. And that's very reminiscent of what he's actually able to do physically on the field.
Yes, he is a very talented court. He's also from the area, too. He's a Maryland guy. He's just awesome.
Yeah. Letting us get a nice close-up of the Maryland M as well. Looks so good in this game and on the field. Are you happy? I mean, I guess that must have been like one of the bigger things is getting that logo there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was just fun seeing it done and all the work that went into it to get all the imagery for the stadium. And so it's just it just goes years back.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about this game 2 years before it actually got released. So it's just a lot.
Ooh, nice.
I meant the slide there.
Yeah,
Malik's a tough guy, though.
Yeah, because another interesting facet to this game is the players rack up, like, essentially damage, and they rack up injuries, and that's another thing to consider.
Correct, they do that, and also if you play the season long mode, if you lose, you'll see your crowd go down too. So it's
oh wow.
Yeah, so it's definitely been it's definitely a lot more kind of real life experience.
Yeah, it's really cool to get that off the field, elements into this game. Football is not in the vacuum. Of course, there's so many aspects to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, let's talk about the uniforms too. A lot of teams do special uniforms they have in the game. When they do their whiteouts, it goes pretty good.
Let them a little bit too much.
It's just really cool what you can do to that with all this kind of how the technology has grown in gaming since the 2000s.
Yeah.
Man, that was my bad.
That was a close one. Hey, there's gonna be more chances. You have a good set of downs here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think I see the time is ticking down? Though you went for such a far play. Do you think the timer is getting into your head a little bit?
A little bit. I was trying to catch him off guard to run there, but I was probably doing too much wishful thinking there.
Yeah.
So I need to let's see. I'm gonna take a deep shot because I don't have a lot of confidence in my field goal kicking.
Yeah, I was about to ask. We saw Julia's attempt. Do you think you'd fare any better?
I think if I get a little bit closer, maybe.
Yeah.
Also, the noise shouldn't impact me as much because I'm the home team.
All right,
so if
yeah,
you're able
definitely.
to find anything, but
let's see. That's
she's
out of
closing
bounds.
in and
Out of bounds.
It's gonna be almost an interception, but it was out of bounds. Of course, it did not matter.
Yeah, but your O-line was giving you a lot of time with the ball there. That was cool. You had time to think about it, but hey, there's gonna be more chances in the future.
So I am going to take the field goal attempt since I get ball second half.
Yeah.
Because I think I just want to be able to get on a 2-possession lead. Yeah, it's going very fast. So let's see if I can do this. And I failed.
Ooh, it's looking
that
a little
was
wide.
bad.
Looking very wide.
That was very wide. So
almost wider than your pass out.
So the field goal kicking is very challenging in this game.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can play some good defense here, and I just get ball second half. And
yeah, 9 seconds is going to be something of a Hail Mary from Julie for sure. Is that changing up how you're playing this defense?
Yeah, I'm
or you
going
just
to play
keeping the ball out of her
play
hands?
them all back. I was afraid she might catch me off guard with the run. Also, she's got 3 timeouts left. But it looks like she's going to be content taking this in the halftime.
Yeah, and there it is. Up 1 touchdown going into the second half. That's pretty good, but it's not a huge lead. What are you thinking about?
No, I kind of wish I didn't take that field goal attempt now because now I know how bad I am. Like it's all trial and error. So I'll probably go in for 4th down more often, particularly when I get into the red zone.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah, the field goal mechanic looks really challenging in this game, but hey, you have a chance now for a good punt return, and it's actually a really good return. You're picking up a lot of yards there.
Found that window way in between.
I got lucky, yep.
Yeah, and hey, now it's your chance to set up a good offense here and, increase this lead.
Absolutely. I'm hoping to maybe run the ball a little bit better, a little bit more, so I can kind of drain some clock here.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to cheese her out of it, but I want to be able to get some confidence around going, and that was
Yeah.
good defense.
Putting the pressure on her as well. If she has less time, even if she doesn't have, not only will she have fewer attempts, but like also she'll be, a little bit stressed that time, or every opportunity that you miss just compounds for that as well.
Absolutely. But I'm going to throw it here because I want to get some yardage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she has a couple people downfield, but
good choice, but just not quite gonna make it.
I let him a little bit too much in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I should have. All right, this is a big one.
Yeah, a huge 3rd and 8 coming up here. Looks like opting to throw, and it's a complete pass, but not quite enough for the first.
Okay, now I have
4th and 2nd.
2 yards. That I think I'm gonna go for it.
You're gonna go for it?
I think I'm
just a nice run.
No, I think I'm gonna throw it. I'm a little worried that she's gonna be looking for the run.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and do a nice, easy pass.
Yeah. So this is the problem with Julie having as much football knowledge as she has.
In football knowledge, she has to be beat for sure.
Yeah. But it's gonna be complete. Trying for the spin move, and you're gonna get past the defender, but there is there's somebody there to get him afterwards, and you got the first down though.
I did. Lucky. She had a guy right there, and Malik just put that ball perfectly above his head where the defender couldn't grab it. So Malik, that's all Malik on that one. That wasn't me. Actually, that's an interception.
Yeah, nice run play there, picking up nice bit of yardage there, and hey, we're looking to the end zone here. We are against field kicks now, against field goals. So
we're gonna score. Touchdown. So that's all you would gauge the touchdown. I just love running out of the shotgun because I love that extra space the running back gets as he gets that momentum going. And again, also she has to play the pass too. When I'm in the shotgun, it's a little bit harder when you're, if you're in a single back or a full back formation.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting pretty close. What are you thinking?
I might do a play action. I haven't called play action yet. And so,
yeah.
Now, hopefully she can't hear me say that, but but I'm gonna play some play action here and see if I can get some.
Ooh, the second down interception.
What an interception!
Oh,
wow.
That's what I get for being a little too confident. I should have just kept with the run game.
Try to keep it fancy, but she's right there.
Hey, I mean, no harm in trying something new, but yeah, here now Julie can set up to try and send the ball the other way.
Absolutely.
She definitely has gotten some very far runs here, but has not quite yet been able to get all the way to that touchdown zone.
Oh,
the interception is going right back, like nothing ever happened, and that's going to be a touchdown.
Wow, what a quick turn of events there.
And that's what the defense has been doing all year. Sometimes the offense struggles, defense picks them up with interception, and sometimes been scoring on it. So no, that's great. That's just how it's been going for the Terps this year.
If you're able to get the extra point as well.
Oh, extra point made. Okay.
So I'm getting a little better.
Yeah, getting a hang of it.
I'm getting a hang of it. Yeah. Trial and error.
We can finally do the punches a little bit of justice.
Yeah.
All right, it's Julie's turn to try and set up a good return here. Oh, nice tackle there.
Wow.
Oh, no,
she's
broken
going to get wide,
tackle.
though, yeah. Able to get a little bit more distance.
All right, Julie yet again setting up 1st and 10. She's going to hand it off this time, actually.
You're right there.
Only gets a short gain there, about 2 yards.
Yeah. Let's see what she's going to be able to do here. Going for maybe another run, or you think she's going to throw it?
I think she's probably going to throw it.
Yeah, and you're sending some folks downfield, but no, it was actually a short run call there.
Called it wrong, but you're still there. Just some good defense. That's what you can do all the reads you want, but as long as you're covering for everything, that's what's important.
For sure.
All right, Julie's gonna throw it and
pass,
pick up
good
the first
pass.
down.
Getting wide, finally gonna take you out of bounds at the 35. But so much space. 26 seconds left in the quarter. Let's see what you have. What she has left.
Yeah, looks like she has hopes here to get herself on the board. She's gonna run it, but you put up a good defense there.
It's like we might be experiencing maybe a little bit of technical difficulty, but
we're gonna hold firm, so it's gonna be okay.
Okay, that sounds good. She's getting pretty close though. I guess you still have a touchdown of leniency, but 5 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, and Greg, being an absolute trooper, his monitor actually completely turned off, so he's, just hanging in there. But we're gonna try and fix this before the map is over.
You know, it looked like a pretty good lead for up two touchdowns, but I have to assume that Julie is going to be able to get a touchdown out of this, and suddenly that little lofty bonus is not looking like so much anymore.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm just really in awe of the game itself and just how it's looking and how they're able to capture the essence of CQ Stadium there. You know, they had our victory song going, they had the shell, the players count, they had Testudo in multiple forms. So it's actually just really exciting as a Terps fan to see all that.
The graphics just look so good. All the colors are so vibrant, and I really love the love the crowd work as well. Really makes you feel like you're there. You're not playing a video game. And it looks like we're back now.
We are back.
Julie trying to go for some running. 2nd and 9 with only about 10 yards to go, something like that. So it's getting pretty close whether or not you'll be able to hold on to this lead.
Yeah, and Julie's gonna
good pass, and that's gonna be a touchdown. Beautiful pass, finding the open man.
Great throw.
Yeah.
All right, this game's just getting more interesting. Julie's catching up.
We'll need to see now if she's going to be able to get that extra point. We've seen her have some difficulties with the punt, but you've shown that maybe the extra point's a little bit easier. Let's see if she's able to find a similar kind of success.
Oh, she's actually going to go for 2, which I like, being behind already, and these games move really quickly here.
Oh,
she's
going to be able to find it. Beautiful catch. And, you're still up 6 points, but now it's getting a little dicey.
It's getting a little heated.
Yeah.
Getting a little nervous here, but I think we're going to have the Terps going to hold on, though. I feel good about the team.
I have to wonder if she went for those points because she wants the advantage that the extra 2 points will give her, or if she's just scared of the kicking.
It's possible.
Very possible.
It's possible it's the kicking. I wouldn't blame her.
Yeah, she got traumatized. She doesn't want to worry about that anymore, but we'll see.
All right, going to be a handoff and a pretty
wide,
lateral run there, and just a couple yards. Nothing wrong with that. Pick up 3. Set yourself up again.
Yeah, I didn't. The quarterback made a great play there.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. I was really.
I thought the whole left side was open.
Yeah, did a really good job of just cutting off every opportunity that you had. 2nd and 7, so you did get a little bit of yardage. Gonna go for the pass, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah, nice pass and good job holding on to it. I feel like there's been a lot of forced fumbles here. So
a lot of forced drops, forced fumbles, interception. The whole
whole 9 yards.
All right, making your way here.
I think I'm going to take this to the 2-minute warning.
Right. All right, bit of strategy, bit of football strategy works its way here into college football 26.
Yeah, we were talking about Julie's game knowledge, but looks like you're not a schmuck yourself.
I am an avid football fan, that's for sure, for both college and pro. Oh, that was a bad.
Who's your favorite pro team? You have a home team you follow?
I do. So I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, so I'm a huge Tennessee Titans fans, even though we're not very good. We are not. The quarterback said himself. We are not very good right now, but avid Tennessee Titans fan for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they appreciate your loyalty.
Yeah, all one of me are left. See, I was trying to do a running back screen there. It did not work.
Yeah. 3 and 13, got 2 runs under your belt so far, or 2 downs under your belt so far, and you've lost 3 yards. Getting a little dicey.
It's getting a little dicey. Her defense is sharpening up. I could use a conversion.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, 3rd and long. Maybe take a shot downfield, or are you going to try to run it?
I think I'm going to take a shot downfield because I think I'm worried if I don't get the conversion that she's going to be there.
Oh,
gonna get the catch. Wow, there it is. Is the safety going to be able to get there? Good juke, but number 4 is there, and you go down, but you've got like 30 yards to go, so that's looking pretty good.
Yep. Ugh. Big catch for the running back because I overthrew him a little bit.
The amount of time do we have left? If you're able to get this touchdown, it's looking very good. Really, you just need to make sure you're not letting her get that interception.
Agreed.
Ooh,
it's a
good dodges. Coming down.
Yeah,
Second and 5.
you've been really good with your dodges and your jukes so far.
Yeah.
I think it's more the running back than me. But yes, it's.
No, you
I
have
love
to
the
take the
spin
credit.
moves.
You're in the hot seat.
Yeah.
You got to take it.
Yeah, maybe once we get the football team in the studio, they can take their credit. But for now, it's you. First and goal, so close, but taken down right at the line. What are you thinking?
I think I'm gonna run it in and just get the touchdown,
Yeah.
put the game away.
It's gotta be a run here.
We gotta make this a definitive win, you know.
For
yeah,
sure.
absolutely. Went for the run.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gonna
they
be
stopped
on
me short. Great tackle.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go quick here, just see if I can catch him off guard.
Let's see if she was ready for that.
And there we go.
There it
Great
is.
power.
Yeah, just running it straight down, finally able to make your space, and that's probably going to be the game with a minute left. You're going to have to make a big mistake. Are you just going to play it safe here?
Oh, I'm gonna play it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna play it
absolutely.
safe.
Extra point. Wow, that one was right down the middle.
Yeah.
Getting the hang of it. All right, and the kickoff is underway, and Julie's going to have to pull off some theatrics here to make her way back into this one. It's a decent return, but good job stopping any crazy return in its tracks there.
Absolutely. So I'm just gonna play the secondary back, just play the pass. If she gets some short completions, that's fine because the clock's running out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I can get a sack with a 3-man rush. That'd be nice.
For sure.
Good pass. Going to be complete, but yeah, again, this is just not quite what Julie needs here.
Yeah, and time is not on her side here. Throwing it like that's going to be costly when you just look at things from a time perspective. And she's actually looking at throwing it again, and she does so.
Great catch.
Is that going to be
Beautiful
complete?
catch.
That's complete. Yeah.
Wow.
Great
Beautiful.
catch. Out of bounds too. Stops the clock. Great catch and throw.
Man, Julie's football knowledge you can see really shining through here,
Yeah,
even just in her gameplay alone.
Flying down the field. Let's see where she's going, but unfortunately, it's going to be incomplete.
All right, just 38 seconds. Third and long.
Here's the snap. She's going wide, but
Oh.
the sack there, that could spell it 4th and 20. And, of course she has to go for it, but it's going to be tough, and if she doesn't make it, that's just a game over.
All right, and
Here's the throw, straight down the middle. There's a player there, but it's not quite going to be good, and that's going to be game, almost certainly. 18 seconds left. You can kind of do whatever you want at this point.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna kneel out the clock. Oh, there it is. QB kneel. Victory position. Just run out the game here.
You're not going to go for the extra point, just a little bit of a celebration laugh? Okay.
No, because with my luck, I'll get blocked and returned for a touchdown, and it's
Yeah.
no longer a definitive win. You know,
Yeah.
For the Terps.
That's going to be game one. Nice 21-8 score line. And hopefully a little bit of good luck for our players on the field tomorrow.
yeah, hopefully it's foreshadowing for what we're going to see at home in CQ tomorrow, like you said. And, Greg and Julie gave us a very entertaining game number 1, and I'm really excited to see how, we're looking on game number 2. Are you going to play Washington for game number 2, you think?
I guess me and Julie would talk about that if we want to switch teams.
Yeah.
See if we get some team loyalty, or
We
maybe
want-
give everyone a fair shot. Maybe you have a little bit of a home field advantage.
All right, so we are going to – oh, Greg, anything you want to say, actually, before we close out for map number 2?
No, just thank you for having me. This was awesome. Little dream come true. The young student me is just live to play this, to play live and competitively. So just thank you all for having me. And you're right. If you're out there listening, go to the game tomorrow. You can see this live, hopefully live.
Yeah.
Right, you heard it here first. Make sure you show up in CQ tomorrow and show up after this quick commercial break. We'll be right back with game number 2.
Julie in the seat.
welcome back. We're gonna head into round number 2 here, and this time Julie will be in the hot seat. I think she's able to hear us now. Julie, you want to say something?
Yeah,
Let us know.
hey, everybody.
Hey.
How's it going?
Hey, you put up quite a show in
Yeah.
that first game.
First time touching this game. I mean, I remember you said you played the 25, but it's first time on the 26, and you got your touchdown. You got the extra 2 points as well.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of hit some random buttons. I did practice the other day in the 25 version when I found out I was going to be coming to this, and hey, something clicked. I don't know. I at least didn't suck.
Yeah. No, I definitely would be hard pressed to say that you sucked there. I think the biggest question on my mind is the extra 2 points. Were you just feeling like you're behind? You need to you take a risk, or were you just scared of kicking the ball at all?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
But at that point in the game, I mean, I was down 2 scores.
Yeah.
Needed to put up some points, so took advantage of the 2-point opportunity in anticipation of hopefully coming back and scoring.
I agree. So
For sure. And we could definitely see your football knowledge shining through just even in your gameplay. And like you mentioned in our pre-show, you have a lot to do with the intramural sports here, and particularly in our flag football. And I guess, what's your favorite part of being in your position here? Do you still lean towards the football aspect of your role here, or do you more so like the diversity of all the facets that Recwell houses?
Football will always be near and dear to my heart. I have a bigger role in football with NERSA. So NERSA is the professional organization for people in collegiate recreation, and I am the chair of the rules committee for NERSA flag football. So I'm very involved in that. But what I really like about working with the students on campus in intramurals is that I can make connections with students, even if they don't have anything to do with flag football. I love seeing what we've got to offer.
All right, just casually chatting as you put up such
I can't do
great
that.
play there.
I'm not so good at the talking while thinking. So anyway, I get to interact with students that have backgrounds in a variety of sports, and it's really fun for me to see how much they enjoy sharing their knowledge of sports.
Yeah.
In particular, are my students that are really, really knowledgeable in soccer. I lean heavily on them when we're training soccer officials. I know officiating, and there's common denominators in officiating. Every sport, you have to manage personnel, you have to manage games, and take care of business on that side of things. But the rules are different. How we judge fouls is different. So it's been really fun for me to see our soccer experts really shine when I just can't be that. I didn't grow up around soccer, and they did, and they're our experts, and they've taught me a ton. So that's something I really enjoy about my job.
Yeah, that's such an interesting thing. I never even thought about. What's the biggest culture shock, so to speak? Between calling fouls or something between soccer and football.
Well, soccer, they have no pads on, so the level of contact is very, very different. Of course, flag football is a non-contact sport in the same way that soccer is, so that's different. But there's a level, not really a level of contact. It's just the contact is different in terms of what's legal and what's not in the two sports. So the biggest, I wouldn't even call it culture shock for me, is just understanding what's acceptable in a soccer game versus what's acceptable in a flag football game, because they're not the same.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the transition even from typical football with your experience officiating just normal run-of-the-mill pads on football matches, when it comes to when the pads come off and it's flag football, I'm sure that's also an adjustment as well.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, the bigger adjustment was going the opposite direction. So the first time I started with flag football, and then the first time I worked a tackle football game, the first play when they hit each other, and I have to sit there and watch that the first time, wow, was that a shock to the system.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Every muscle in your body just wanting to call that foul so bad.
Yeah, it's just so opposite to
Yeah.
what we teach flag football officials, and all of a sudden that contact is legal.
Is there a surprising rule that people wouldn't think about between flag football and football, or is it just a pretty obvious contact change and everything else is pretty similar?
So the big thing is the contact difference, but a flag football field is also smaller. So flag football is growing at the national level. There's more and more youth leagues popping up everywhere, and actually I believe 26 states sanction flag football as a girls' varsity sport now. So it's growing across the country. It's growing at the college level. It will not surprise me. Actually, I know for a fact the first school in the NCAA at the Division I level is sponsoring flag football this spring.
Oh, wow.
That's the University of Texas at Arlington. So flag football is growing at a really rapid pace. We all know it's going to be part of the Olympics. So important things to know is that there are a lot of different rule sets for flag football right now. Tackle football, we see different rule sets in terms of high school, college, and pros. And then you have Australian and Canadian football, of course, too. But flag football has, we've got high school, we've got NERSA. NERSA is the one I'm most familiar with just from by nature of being on that editorial board. And then the high school rules are a little bit different. Oh my God, these buttons are different than an Xbox, and I keep hitting the wrong one. The high school rules are different. Then there's two different sets of college rules. There's the NCAA rule book that's not quite approved yet, but we'll get there. Yeah, I don't know what buttons I'm hitting at this point.
It's a learning curve.
It really is. I keep seeing X and hitting the square instead of the actual X.
Because you're typically an Xbox player, right? So this transition to PlayStation is a jump.
And I've actually not held a PlayStation controller since I was probably 8 years old at my cousin's house.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry. Oh my goodness, throw the ball. But yeah, so the NCAA is about to get their rules sorted out, and the NAIA, what a crappy punt.
Straight up.
The NAIA is the other collegiate organization that sponsors sports. A lot of people don't really realize that the NAIA exists, especially on the East Coast. The majority of NAIA schools are out in the Midwest and on the West Coast, but it's basically an equivalent organization to the NCAA with some different rules, particularly around scholarships and how many student scholarships can be on a team and all that stuff. And I'm sure I'm butchering the difference there, but that's the gist of it as I understand. So the NAIA has sponsored women's flag football as a varsity sport for a long time. They started offering that in 2021 for a full varsity sponsored sport. The NCAA is just catching on now. This spring will be the first year that it's a officially sanctioned sport at the NCAA level. So really excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a huge opportunity in women's sports and women's flag football there, for sure. And hey, I mean, you're getting used to this PlayStation controls, we're going to get back into this game. How is it playing as Maryland and seeing Maryland in the game? Is it much different than the 25 version?
No, it's really no different. Greg and I talked between games, and he made the point that they didn't have Malik starting with this. I know he swapped the starters. I don't know how to do that, so I'm just playing with what I've got here, and we're going with it. But other than that, it's no different than the 25 version.
Yeah.
All right, and Greg, having a pretty strong show so far on the side of Washington. Hopefully not what we're going to see tomorrow come 3:30.
I certainly hope not.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a bonus match, but if everyone knows that the first match is the one that influences real life, the second match has no bearing. Receiving it.
Yeah, nice little punt return there. And Greg is on his game here on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it's just first game was really close, but so many little changes. Talking with us, new controller, new players. There's the wind, obviously the wind factor.
Oh yeah, it's
nobody's
definitely
talking
the wind.
about.
That's what it is.
Oh,
see that move right there, just tossing the football onto the guy on the ground. I'd flag that for unsportsmanlike conduct on campus in intramurals.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how does this feel coming from an officiating standpoint? Does it feel good, this perspective, or
it's different.
Else?
It's I know football from an officiating standpoint. I don't know it from a player standpoint or a coach standpoint. So I rely heavily on the coach suggested plays here. Thank goodness for those. And I have no problem admitting that. So it's different in that I have to call plays, but time management really isn't any different. I have to worry about the time on the clock in the same way as an official. Because as officials, we have to know the game, right? So the same thing applies in every sport. I need to know as an official what the status of the game is, which team's up, by how much, whether they're on offense or defense, what they're going to want to do strategically, so that I can anticipate what's coming and be the best person I can be, the best official I can be, put myself in the right position to make the best calls for that situation, and anticipate, particularly with football, time is such a huge factor. And it goes for basketball too. We have to worry about what time on the clock it is. Is a coach going to want to call a timeout? That sort of stuff.
Yeah. Let's see how risky Greg is feeling over there. Is he going to go for it? Looks like he is.
They gotta put up a big stop here. This would be big.
Oh,
Good
I'm
field
Maryland
position.
this time.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
yes.
right.
That's me going.
And you
me
go
off.
right for it, and
Well,
you're
you
gonna be able to
did
get the first
great,
down,
you know.
yeah. Sorry, I just assumed you were up 14-0. It's just
right.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Obviously.
Oh, what? Wrong button.
But yeah, I'm sure the officiating here in the game is just it's so much easier. It's just all like code and all, so cut and dry. But when you're there in reality, and not everything is like that, and there are judgment calls, and that's a really interesting aspect there of officiating. And it's just how do you manage making calls like that? Do you ever look back and say, oh man, I shouldn't have made this call, or I'm glad I made this call? Or is it different as time passes?
Totally. I tell my students the only thing that's black and white in officiating is the stripes we wear. So they need to understand, just like every player needs to understand, I cannot punt in this game. Good Lord. There's just so much that goes into the decision making that we have to do. There are so many different variables at play, so many personalities. The exact same thing could happen on 2 plays in a row, and it could result in a different call just because of the different situation. So, for example, everybody says there's holding on every play. Yes, players hold each other on every play, but it's not always a foul for holding. The foul comes in when there's restriction, and there's just not restriction on every play, even if a guy's getting grabbed. If it's not going to affect the play, chances are we're not going to call it. So, for example, if it's a run to the right and there's a hold on the outside receiver on the left, probably not going to call it because it has no impact on the play. So that's something that is an understanding of the game that comes with experience officiating. Nice play.
Yeah, that's a good catch.
That's part of what we teach officials here on campus is the gray area in officiating. Yes, something could be a hold, it could be a foul by the letter of the law, but we need to understand the art and the science of the officiating says we throw a flag every every time we see something that's a foul. The art of officiating says we use our judgment to determine if it's affected the game, if someone's been advantaged or disadvantaged because of the action, and is it good for the game. So there are a lot of things that go into that. Safety is, of course, the prime example of a variable in there. Safety is our prime directive, particularly in intramural sports, and we're never going to compromise safety in anything we do. I am, however, going to compromise Maryland's ability to win a football game because I can't concentrate. That's all right.
Well, 5 seconds left in the half. As long as you're able to get defense here, it might not matter.
Yeah, I'll get to halftime here.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So a lot of gray area, a lot of judgment that goes into officiating, and I don't think everybody realizes that we don't want robots to officiate games.
For sure. And it's also another interesting aspect of officiating, at least from someone who's been an intramural player here at UMD. I feel like officials have to have a level of confidence in their role and have to have confidence because sometimes some players will disagree with you. And there's, like you said, there's different personalities on that field. How do you train students to deal with that aspect of the game?
Yeah. So the first thing I always tell people is they are in charge of the game. It's their field, their game. They need to keep it that way. And then I give them some tools that they can use to continue to manage games. So as players begin to get unruly, we refer to dissent and unsporting behavior. So there are a variety of ways that people can exhibit unsporting behavior, whether gestures, words, other actions. Excessive celebration is unsporting. So we have what we call our officiating toolbox that we talk about with students. And I keep saying we refers to myself, the coordinator of intramural sports, and our student supervisors that help run trainings and teach the officials. So I'm not using the royal we here. I'm actually referring to a group of us that do these trainings. We provide this toolbox for managing games, and there are a few different levels of tools that we can use. So the first thing we can do is have a quiet word with the player that's being problematic. So we have what we try to make a one-on-one conversation. Say, hey, stop doing that. We don't need to make a show of it, anything like that. The second opportunity we have, if the quiet word doesn't work, we can move up to the public warning. The public warning is when we might put up a stop sign with our hands and say stop it in a loud way that everybody can hear, so everybody knows that player has been warned for their behavior. And that behavior might be something as simple as they keep putting their hands up, like, what are you doing? Every play, questioning the official's call. It might be something like yelling at the referee and questioning their call every play. There's a wide variety of things that might contribute to a player earning a public warning. If the public warning doesn't work, I try to get officials to a place where they're not warning players more than once. That's a hard thing to do. We all want to say, don't do that again, and hope that it stops. But ultimately, it's not going to stop until we give a foul for the unsporting behavior. So that's when you see the unsportsmanlike conduct flag come out in football, a technical foul in basketball, or a yellow card in soccer. Those intermediary fouls are the best tool we have in our toolbox to get the unsporting behavior out of the game. Ultimately, they get one more shot if they've already gotten one unsporting foul. 2 for the game gets a player an ejection. So that's our last resort in our toolbox, is to eject the player if we need to. We never want to do that.
Of course.
That's no fun for anybody. So we really try and avoid ejections whenever possible, because it's just not fun when you're not playing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the excessive unsporting behavior makes the game not fun for anybody, let alone the officials.
Yeah. Kind of on a similar note, definitely in other sports, maybe not football as much. There's a big game of trying to get an advantage off of the officiant. So in soccer we have, there's the plate of flopping, if you will, and
Yeah.
in baseball you've got the framing. Is there as much of an element of that in football, or is that more a thing in other sports?
There's always flopping that goes into any sport, I think. Probably not to the same extent as you refer to in soccer, but it certainly exists. So I'm not going to, I can't say definitively no, there's not that in football. People are always going to try and ask for calls and all that stuff. But you're right, it's not to the same extent always as it might be in other sports.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on that as an officiant? Do you feel like you're getting used a little bit, or is that nice interception?
That's part of the game.
Okay.
I have no problem with it. The problem is when.
Oh wow.
Man.
Yeah.
Can Maryland play like this tomorrow? That was nice.
Yeah.
The problem comes when the begging for calls becomes unsporting and dissenting.
Yeah.
And most of the time, if people are just trying to get calls, that's all they're doing. They're not being jerks about it. And as long as they stay not jerks about it, I'm good with it.
Fair enough.
Man, Greg is having a great game here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of playtime. You can do this a little bit unconsciously.
This is the truth of how things should have shook out in the first game.
No, it's a different controller. It's
a different controller, but that doesn't change the fact that I just don't know how to play this game.
Yeah, it's tough just because. Wow.
That was awesome. Great timing.
It's tough just because he's been playing these games for so long that kind of regardless of his skill, I think it was pretty clear that he was kind of able to play this game unconsciously, and you are at full capacity mentally trying to play this game and talk with us. How's that compared to officiating? I have to imagine that there's a lot going on during that as well.
Oh, there's always a ton going on. I have to be paying attention to the clock, to what's going on in the game, to whatever the coaches have to say. There's just so much going on that I have to be able to multitask in my head, right? Again, using flag football as an example, if I lose a down and I say that it's second down and it should be first down, that's a cardinal sin as a football official. I can't lose a down, so I have to be able to keep track of what down is it, what's the clock doing, is it running, is it stopped, and if it's stopped, when does it start, all that stuff, and then keeping that all in my head while I'm watching the game and hearing from a coach on the sideline. So officials have to do a heck of a lot more than just watch a game, and I don't think people really realize that all the time. I can't remember, Lily, we might have talked earlier about how officials put in a ton of work to get better at their craft, and we study the rules, not so much in intramurals because we just don't have the time, but at the high school and college levels and the pros, officials are watching film all the time to try and get better and move better on the field and look at what they're supposed to be looking at. So that's how we learn best, is by watching ourselves do it. But that takes time. We have to put in some effort to get better, and nobody's good at something right away, as evidenced by my abilities in this game.
I think we talked a lot about the difficulties of officiating, but I have to assume there's some fun to it. What's your favorite part?
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought that point up. Officiating is so much fun. My favorite part of it is the relationship building piece. So many of my best friends are friends of mine from officiating. So I came here to Maryland as an undergraduate student, and my roommates in the last couple of years I was a student, I met through intramural sports. We officiated sports together, and we had a blast. I play trivia pretty regularly with some friends, and most of them are people that I met through intramural sports as a student. So the best part about officiating, while it's a blast to be out on the field and be part of the game and all that fun stuff, the best part is the people that we get to do it with.
Yeah, for sure. And here at UMD, you were a student and now you're here in this pro staff position here. And I just want to ask, like, as a long-term member of this Reckwell family, how have you seen it grown, and what ways have you seen it change since your time being here? I mean, hey, even esports is housed under Reckwell now. So what was your experience with that?
Yeah, so when I was a student, esports was not yet a thing on campus. It was just starting to be a conversation. So that's been an exciting development since I was here as a student. Reckwell was just starting to get into having athletic trainers. So that's something we're really fortunate in this department. We have an athletic training staff. So if people get hurt playing intramural or club sports, they can book an appointment with our in-house athletic trainers to get taken care of and get an evaluation and get back out on the court or on the field. So that's a really exciting change since I was a student too. I think going from being a student to being a professional staff member, the best thing that I've seen that just wasn't clear to me as a student is how much Reckwell values students. So many students work for Reckwell, right? We have almost 1,000 student employees between all the different program areas, and I don't think all the students that even work in Reckwell realize how much we value students in the student development piece. We all want every student at this university to succeed. We pay special attention to our student employees, of course, but the effort that goes into programming for a variety of different areas, having excellent facilities for our students, we really make great efforts to be stewards of the student fees that students pay and put out the best quality product that we possibly can with that.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite like Reckwell? Either something that you can take advantage of that we have here at Reckwell, or something that you wish more students knew about that they took advantage of themselves?
Yeah. Well, obvious plug for intramural sports, but I actually participate. I do yoga every Tuesday in the natatorium studio. That has been a game changer for me, and I'll plug, this is the last day of Mental Health Awareness Week on campus. Yoga has been wonderful for my mental health, and I encourage everybody to at least try it.
And that's the great thing about Reckwell. We focus on this like athletic part and this sports part where you're getting active, but there's also this other part of wellness that I think esports plays into a lot as well, as making those friend connections, making doing those things for your mental health. Tomas and I are both Reckwell employees, but in a very different way than most people are too. So it's just, there's so many ways to come about it, and I think that's also what you're speaking to, what's beautiful about Reckwell.
Yes,
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Looks like Greg is just going to take the knee for the,
victory.
victory.
Yeah, stop the bleeding.
Yes, hopefully Maryland, puts up a good show tomorrow. We've seen a lot of strong football both ways here on the screen, but we'll see what happens when push comes to shove tomorrow on the field.
It'll be good. I have faith in the Terps.
For sure. And just before we close out here, well, first we want to thank you, obviously, for everything you've been able to contribute tonight, but also want to give you the chance of any closing remarks or anything else you want to say before we call tonight.
Go Terps.
Yeah,
Terps.
simple as that. You heard it here first. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us on tonight's very special collaboration stream. We hope to have more of them in the future as well.
Yeah. So much insight. Thank you, Julie. And, Greg, if you can hear us, thank you as well. But as for tonight, that's going to be all we have for you today. I hope everyone has a nice night.
And we also do want to just remind everybody who our special guests are tonight. We have Julie Johnson, who again is our assistant director of intramural sports here at UMD at Reckwell. She has such an important and influential part here as a Reckwell staff member, as a Reckwell Pro staff member. And then I'll let
and Greg, of course, the head of marketing here and trademarking. Not only able to see the kind of stuff that we're seeing here in the game, getting our logo and our players and our music in to games like College Football 26, but even able to set up stuff like this. It's such a pleasure to have these people who are so passionate and helpful to our college experience. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We want to thank you all for watching. We also do want to thank our sponsors. We have to thank the Philip Merrill College of Journalism. We also would like to thank Playwire. And last but not least, Reckwell, of course. So thanks you all for watching in once again. And we are going to call it a night.